into musical festival.
Hi, Theodora. Good afternoon.
And same so Eddie Martins, who is a music producer from the UK.
Hi, Theodora. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Fine. Okay, I will continue for day with me inside the program as I go join on a back shortly. We will take our first material inside the program this afternoon. As we for help the government and the free quality education of the country, this make the coordinator for Bond District Family debate and quiz competition we go start June 16. Joseph Moy Kamara, we na the coordinator, say one reason we don't make school picking they not do well na school again pan the book learning one, now because they not get debate and quiz competition anymore. He talk more inside this interview to me.
Competitions that schools them countrywide they very very poor. That students then nowadays they not care about hard work and for pursue excellence. So even we see recently in the just concluded WAS examination, also students them they indulge into exam malpractices because they don't work hard. So and this is a countrywide issue. So one for starting from we own Sayanda at the Bond District for see how pupils then at schools, the junior school, the senior school can start for prepare for outside world challenges. Different schools coming into a debate and quiz competition and talk on contemporary issues, and then we are everybody they fight for sure himself say yes I can do this or I can study very hard and get a result.
How this debate and quiz competition go get for talent?
We don't choose 9 senior secondary schools and then 11 junior secondary schools across the district. So then junior schools them get for face each other in a quiz competition, and as well topics have been distributed to the schools where then get for engage on as well for the debate competition. Same way so for the senior school. So once the quiz competition, the 9 senior schools go face each other, we'll get 5 rounds for the preliminary session of the quiz. We'll say 10 questions in every round. So we'll get 50 questions in the preliminary session for the 5 rounds. Then the first 3 best schools from that 9 senior schools go proceed to the finals. Same way so for the junior school. And then for the debate, we'll get the criteria that hold on put in place.
Waiting at them criteria there.
Well, the understanding of the debate topic, the clarity of presentation, and the compulsion of the debaters them, how then they comport themselves for deliver or whatever the topic we get for be for them, we then will deliver on. So this now an effort what they try to do for help the government, because the government they try very hard for say a scale up education once more in the country. So we feel say we self can able in this way for help we own section at the Bond District there, Usai education really been on the backward beginning and they being the only way thing and they compete for now for wear fine clothes or pose for camera, but with regards to pursuing excellence in the educational sector, it really lacking.
So is it that the educational sector don't go down? We make on decide for bring debates and similar so quiz competition for them picking their ass for make them engage in education business?
The person of excellence, in schools among school-going pupils, it don't dwindle drastically, So it don't dwindle. So we feel say there's a need, an urgent need for the country at large for introduce once more that kind of healthy competition in the academic sphere. So students then go see say it is worthy to pursue excellence. It is worthy to work very hard to achieve a very good result. That getting through the back door is not the best approach. So one way we feel so for do this now, bring students them from different schools, face each other for an attractive prize, as a motivation for them.
So what are the different prizes the owner don't put together for make them students also get after where they go down emerge winner for this debate and same also the quiz competition that they organize?
We get categories for best debaters and best schools in the competition where the best debater scholarship, then as well as the in the quiz competition, the best student will go emerge as the best quizzer himself as well go get scholarship, and then the schools then as well will get learning materials them for help the schools, the best schools them we go get for emerge in the competition or help them for push the learning go before na the school.
Okay, so when this debating competition?
It start on June 13 na Moriba Town, Sierra Rutai, and it go end on June 16. That na the final. So we go hold on the RC Parish Hall na Moriba Town. We say all the schools them from Bont Island, from Matrujon, from Tinhun, Talia, and as well as the schools then na Rutai go converge na Moriba Town for the debating competition.
In name na Joseph Moy Kamara, and in na the coordinator for the debate and quiz competition we go be na Bont District June 11 this year. Also I be dey talk about the book learning business where he say don't go down, and one reason for that is say na the debate and quiz competition we not dey now na school. The program we dey listen to na midday show and they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Earlier I wanna tell una say I get with me inside the program Rex Johnson and same way so Eddie Martins, when a music producer from the UK, the day also for can talk about one musical festival we then get we then call I Praise 24. Firstly, I go turn the mic to Mr. Eddie Martins, where they are so for come talk on the I Praise 24. When I then first and this for can organize this musical festival in this country. Mr. Martin, can you please tell us how did you start your music career?
My music career started a very long time ago. I was a music student, so I studied music, and what happened was that I was introduced to some prominent music producers at the time who liked what I was doing. And so I started working under them as an assistant, sometimes just playing piano or just doing stuff. And it just progressed from there, from one project to another.
Okay, so you are here for the I Praise 24.
Yes.
And the I Praise 24 is here for the first time. Why?
Why is it here for the first time? Because it needs to be here. Ghana's had it, Kenya's had it, we do it in England, and I got a friend who's from Sierra Leone, and he's been involved in I Praise 24 in the UK, and he called me at the beginning of the year and said, have you thought about doing it in Sierra Leone? And I said, why not? Let's do it. And the great thing is that as we began to call people and speak to people, it felt like it was the right time, the right moment, and the right place. So if I had tried earlier, it probably wouldn't have been right, it would have been wrong, but it feels like it's absolutely the right time now, and hence the reason why we're here.
Okay, so how different this one will be from the previous one?
From the previous one, it's hard to say. And the reason why I say that is because you're going to have different musicians, different worship teams, different worship choirs, with different dialects, different languages, different style, coming together to worship, coming together to play and to just offer worship in one period. From 6 p.m. on a Friday, tomorrow evening, we start, and each group will have maybe about an hour, and the next one will take over for another hour. So maybe the first hour you get is contemporary music, and then the second one you just probably get Creole, and it just goes on and on and on and on. But it will be absolutely fantastic.
Okay, can you tell us about the different groups that will be involved in this I Praise 24 tomorrow?
Okay,
are there any groups from other countries?
Well, there's one person here who's from another country. We have someone called Prince Midas with us, and he's originally from Jamaica, and he's here with us, and he's going to be doing something, and he's the only person who's here at this present moment. But all the other groups will be from Sierra Leone. I think it's always important to have people from locally when we do it, and the reason being is that sometimes rather than people coming and appreciating what exists within, they tend to focus on the foreign artists or the foreign worship ministers who have come. And I think it's important to have great ministers, because there are great ministers here, and I've met a few, and they're absolutely fantastic. And it's important to have them do something, and let's do it together. Most of the time, what happens is that people do things separately. People do their own things, but it's so much better when you come together as one body to do something. It's an amazing experience when you have different people, great talents from the same place, teaming up together and doing something.
So this I Praise 24 that you will be organizing come Friday, that is tomorrow. Is it that people will pay or it will be free?
Absolutely free. Absolutely free. There's no payment whatsoever. And even we might even supply you with water. So we're paying you to come. No, it's absolutely free. It's not a concert. It's not a concert. It's a time of worship. It's a time of praise and time of thanksgiving, and it's not a concert. So there's absolutely no charge. It costs money to put it together. It